House Mondays. Hope you had an amazing weekend. Hope you made some good money out there. If you didn't drive, I hope you stayed safe. Please keep on wearing those masks. Disinfect your cars. This Monday, today, Uber officially broke through the $50 barrier stock-wise. Look at this. Look at what just happened in the last 20 minutes as I was getting ready for the live feed. $50.67. Went up by 4.64%. Garcia Bui in the house. First in the house. Thumbs up, everyone. Happy Monday. May it be a splendid week. One more month to go, and it's Christmas time, right? We're nearly there. What a different Christmas it's going to be this morning. Tris, welcome to Our House Mondays. This is your platform. Do share. Mohammed Khalil is in the house. Good to see you, Kiefer Dog. Have a good week. Yes, have a fantastic week. You and your family. Scott Tucker, Vegas is in the house. Good to see you guys. I got 2 bookings today. Going to go and get them to the airport later. Then I'm going to head down to Long Beach to work on my Chevy Bel Air. Got to get that sucker on the road. Still hobbling around on the crutches, but getting stronger. This is not bad, folks. This is not bad. $50.60. I remember when it was all the way down there at $14, $15. Had you bought in at $14, $15, you would have made 300%, right? Even you just had spend $1,000, it made $3,000. Impressive. Now, partly, I think one of the big reasons why Uber rallied today, they got a big government contract, US federal government awards transportation contract to Uber and Lyft. It's a lot of money. What are we talking about? Uber Technologies and Lyft have been awarded a federal contract worth up to $810 million to offer their ride-hail services to public agencies and their more than 4 million employees and contractors across the country. So they will integrate their systems with Fed agencies, and 4 million, you will be driving 4 million new employees from the government. They will be sitting in your car sooner or later. Arthur Johnson, get well, thank you. How are you doing? Ohio, much love to Ohio. Hope you're doing great up there. It's pretty chilly down here, Arthur. Sure it's cold up there. Dan's in the house. Great news. St. Louis in the house. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Jimmy's in the house. Sir Irwin's in the house. Good morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, Jimmy and Sir Irwin. Hope your families are doing great as we march towards Christmas, right? Christmas is just around the corner. Kids are already telling me, hey, Dad, can I give you my Christmas wish list? All the kids like, yeah, you got 5 kids and you got to go Christmas shopping for 5 kids. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Amazon is starting prescription deliveries. Heard about that one? Yes, I've read about that. Although Amazon truly needs to step up and start paying their flex drivers better. I had a couple of people send me their earnings, the amount of work that these guys put in and what Amazon paid them in these pandemic times. Come on, Jeff Bezos, you can do better than that. Seriously? I mean, this guy was literally, driving around for 5 hours. I think it was Uberman Tampa. Uberman Tampa should step into the room and share with us. I mean, he was pissed. He was texting me. Carson Boyd's in the house. What is the future looking like for drivers in California? Well, Carson, all we're waiting for is for them to update that new app and have the new Proposition 22 numbers kick in. And my guess is, some people said it would happen immediately. My guess is we're looking at January. And then we're in for a surprise. Look, I hope it's a positive surprise. Reinhard Shikora from Lindau, Germany. he uses the words, es ist arschkalt here. In German, that means it's ass cold. It's cold, cold as ice in Germany. All right, well, we're going to have to send you a little bit of the California sunshine. The General Services Administration, GSA, which manages services for federal agencies, issued its final 5-year award on Monday. Lyft's Vice President of Social Enterprise and Government. While individual federal employees have previously been able to use ride-hail services for travel, the new contract allows the companies to formally launch their services within agencies and directly work with officials to promote the service. So basically, the government is giving Uber and Lyft an in to their agencies, 4 million people, $810 million contracted to Uber and Lyft. They don't say in what proportion. My guess is Uber got more of that. Bandan says Uber is offering a retention bonus. Let's look into that if somebody's got links on that. Isaac Rico says they like the overtime. Isaac Rico's in the house. Scott Tucker says, well, now that Uber got a USA government contract, they need to pay their drivers. Yes. Uber, pay your drivers. You listening up, Dara? Lyft, pay your drivers. Create a safety fund. Do something. Do something wonderful for your drivers in 2020. You know why? Because if it wasn't for your drivers in 2020, I can tell you what, your company would have gone under. You got a few little lucky lifelines. I've got to say that. They sold off, different divisions and rallied and made some money. But if it wasn't for all those hard drivers, who knows in what position Uber and Lyft would be now. So yeah, share some of that cash with the drivers. Very simple formula, Dara. Very simple formula, Logan Green and John Zimmer. Start divvying out the cash. Start allocating that cash to the people who actually took care of you in these pandemic times. People that went out in these essential pandemic times and kept you guys afloat. I think you owe them a huge favor. While individual federal employees have previously been able to use ride-hail services for travel, new contract allows the companies to formally launch their services within agencies and directly work with officials to promote the service. Juara said the award capped a nearly 4-year negotiation process. Wow, she declined to say how much revenue Lyft expected from the contract, but said the US government spends around $200 million on ground transportation each year. Okay, so that $200 million will each year, maybe for 4 years, gets allocated to Uber and Lyft. Lyft also hopes the government contract will open doors to further collaboration on public health and equity projects that require transportation. The GSA did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but the agency in April announced the award to Uber and Lyft tentatively. At the time, the agency said in a blog post that it had negotiated discounts with the companies of 2 to 4% compared with larger commercial customers, and that Uber and Lyft had agreed to waive some additional fees. Uber, in a statement, said working with the federal government was part of its Uber for Business program that serves large companies and organizations. The expansion of our customer base to include government is a natural next step for us, and we're proud to help federal agencies tackle some of the biggest administrative challenges they face. So yeah, that's a big one. And my guess is this decision here, the $800 million played out here, because look at where we are, $50.68 for anybody walking in. Within about the last hour, it broke through that psychological barrier of $50. Sort of never went above 50. And I remember 2-3 weeks ago, it was stuck in the 30s. Isaac Rico is still driving. Kiefer Dog, where did you see that? Asked Dan. Yeah, send us a link if you have a link, and hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Now, that dude that went on that crazy racist rant against the Lyft driver, the man, emailed the news station and said I had too much to drink and lost control of my tongue. Now, you lost control of your words. You didn't lose control of your tongue. And I said horrible things that I truly, truly regret. Well, the good thing is he's apologized. In the process, him and his wife lost the job, right? This is the guy in Sammamish, Issaquah, Washington, who went off. The craziest part of that, obviously the foul, terrible language that he used was unacceptable, but he literally pulled down his pants and wanted to piss in the guy's car. I mean, when I saw that, like, had he done that, oh my God. I mean, that's like trying to destroy your property with urine, like he literally said, oh, I'm going to piss in your car. And then he sort of had like, you could see he caught himself at second thoughts and he pulls up his trousers. Maybe his wife like slapped him on the back. But that's just disgusting. That is disgusting. If you want to, he's trying to take revenge on an Uber driver and then he says, I'm going to piss in your car after using every profanity under the sun. Anyway, he lost his job. His wife lost his job. They've had a rough week. They both got kicked off Lyft. They have been humiliated in social media and TV. In his email, he said, I should have never said the things I said or acted like a complete idiot. He didn't deserve that. Nobody does. I had too much to drink and lost control of my tongue and said horrible things that I truly regret. So I hope the driver accepts his apology and maybe the two people can meet. Maybe you can give him a personal apology and then both sides can move on and we just learn from that, you know? Jashawn Harris says, what's up? I've been talking to Uber drivers I've rode with and they've been telling me they're full-time in my little city making good money. I got to quit my job ASAP. All right, Jashawn, make sure they show you what they're earning. A lot of people like to talk and say, hey, we're making big numbers. The proof is in the pudding. Let them send you screenshots. Once you can see, okay, this is my city, yes, verified. This is how many hours the guy put in, verified. This is the platform the guy is driving on, verified. These are the dollar amounts he made in 60. Once you get that feedback from a couple of people, you can say, okay, this is lucrative. I need to quit my job. I wouldn't just quit the job based on hearsay, right? Let them show you those 4 factors: the city, the platform, X, Excel, whatever it is, the hours, and the dollars. There it is. Then you have all the 4 components to pull the plug on your job and say, you know what? Thank you. I'm going to head in that direction and make more money. And you know what? I tell you what, the one fun thing, I mean, besides working at night, at some point I stopped working at night, Jashawn, and I said no more trips after 11:30, because after 11:30, that's the tipping point. That's like 2 or 3 vodkas more, 2 or 3, 4 beers more, and that's when these people start losing control and becoming crazy. And that is the riffraff that you don't often want to have in your car. So if you can like work in those smart hours, early morning hours, lunch times, after hours, taking people back to work, after work, taking them to restaurants in the evening, but not having to deal with that crazy crowd. The crazy crowd sort of comes out like 12 o'clock at night, right? You drive up, you already see in the behavior how they walking, how they're moving, especially when they, hey, are you our driver? Are you the driver taking us home? Is it okay? All right, well, we're getting all the people together right now. Just hold on like 3 minutes, okay? Just hold on like 3 minutes. We'll be right here right now. And then okay, then you can take us home. Okay, you can take Jack on first, and then then you can take me home. Fuck, that's the crowd I don't want. No, thank you. Been there, done that. You have to like read between the lines, decipher what these drunkards are telling you. They slam the doors. They don't care a shit. They spill their stuff in in the car. It's just disgusting behavior that drivers should not have to be put up with. And then, like you saw that guy in Phoenix, Arizona, you have a couple of wild, drunk guys that act like a pack of wolves, and then they start ganging up on the driver and start kicking him in the face. I mean, alcohol, drugs will bring out the very worst in you. And usually this is like 11:30 p.m. or later at night. God forbid, 2 a.m., you're picking up someone at 2 a.m., a whole group of guys just walking out of a club. Been there, done that. No fun at all. You got to okay, do I have my bath bags ready? Is this trip going to end? Is the trip going to end well? Are they going to act crazy in the car? I mean, you literally have 4 or 5 people's lives in your hand, and you're on the steering wheel, and they're acting like a bunch of effing hooligans. It's not fun. It's not fun. Yeah, that was my Ozzy Osbourne impersonation, the drunk Ozzy Osbourne. That was better. Once again, alcohol harms human relationships, also harms the brain cells. I don't choose to consume something which makes people stupid and foolish. Yeah, but sadly others do. And these stupid and foolish people end up in your car. They're behind you in the back seat, and they're up to something. They're up to no good, right? Don't you know that feeling? You've had a really rough 30, 40-minute drive. You've had 4 or 5 drunk people in your car, and you get to drop that last person off. And it's like just a deep sigh of relief. Thank God. Thank God I got those characters out of my car. Thank God. Do you know that feeling? I do. Been there too many times. It's no fun. Dan N says, I once had a drunk lady slam me with a full container of my mashed potatoes in the car. Police came to arrest her for assaulting me unsalted potatoes with no sauce. That's crazy. I once had a whole bunch of girls in the car, drunk college girls, and the one chick starts freaking kissing me and my ears and going off on me, and then she bites me in my fucking neck while I'm driving. I'm like, girl, I'm driving the car, behave. And I told her friends, control your crazy vampire friend. I mean, I try to make a joke out of it, but this chick really she's all over my ears, and oh my Lord, what people do when they are drunk, and then a whole bunch of guys drunk picking a fight with a whole bunch of other drunk guys outside of the car. Oh my God, I'm like, oh, this is not going to end well. And then these guys rush to the car, and the doors open and the fists fly, and you're in the seat, you're buckled in, you just want to drive, right? So not fun at all. But we got to go through it. Forrest MBSC Gaming in the house. Jason Anderson agreed on late night as I prefer starting at 5 a.m. and taking professionals to the airport. That's a good shift, right? Very seldom, if you're starting at 5 a.m., I mean, very seldom will you get a couple of early morning party animals want to be driven home at 5 a.m. Usually the scragglers, the very last people, are 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m., because they've partied hard all night. But 5 a.m., that's generally people, suit and ties, at hotels, ready to get to the airport, ready to get going, ready to get to work. Whole different crowd compared to the drunkies. Forrest says, I don't work late nights anymore because drunk customers like to throw open door in front of other cars. Watched an Uber driver's door get ripped off last weekend. Aye. It's not worth it. Dan says, driving a taxi over 20 years and had 2 confirmed escaped mental patients taken back into custody. Only got bitten once. They slapped me or punched me. I got an extra $20 to $100 out of them per each incident. Got $120 extra, but he punched in the face with a police officer watching. Ooh, not a good one. Burgerman, I like those late night rides. I charge the crazy fares. I'm a little crazy too. We get along. Okay, cool. I like that. So if you admit, hey, I'm a little crazy as well, I can handle these characters. That's good. You know, that's good if you can handle that. Now, so there we talked about this apology. Now, on this one here, you know, the NAACP, you know, the organization, they did the right thing. They let this woman go, Alice Huffman. And I outed her in several videos because she took a lot of money from Uber and Lyft and sold out her people. And I hammered her in social media. I tweeted, a lot of people did. They were upset about this. She literally sold out the NAACP area in California and Hawaii. And I'm glad to see that she is out. They kicked her out after 20 years. She went and took, I believe, it was in the vicinity of $1.7 million. $1.7 million on those propositions she took, right? Uber basically bought her and then sort of bought the NAACP. Well, she's out. And if you tell me that pressure and social media doesn't work, I'll tell you, you know what, you're wrong. Because if you turn to Twitter, if you tell the NAACP, listen, you've got a great brand, you stand for something great, but you have really bad apples in there, and this is unacceptable. The more pressure they get, they said, listen, you're tarnishing our brand. We need to cut ties with you. She's out. She's gone. And good riddance, right? Because she really sold out the African-American community to Uber and Lyft under the banner of a great organization called the NAACP. She's out, she's gone. And I'm really, really happy to see that. Another bit of news, Uber tried to dismiss a whole bunch of people in Holland, really not following the Dutch laws. And now it says Uber refused permission to dismiss 11 staff at its Dutch headquarters. And now they have to be reinstated, right? Reinstated. Last week, the Dutch newspaper said Uber had been refused permission to fire the staff. Can you imagine? You have like laws in place. Sorry, can't just fire the guy, got to reinstate him. So that didn't go very well for Uber on that story. I thought that was quite a laugh. Wicked Hustle Guy, good morning. Forest MBC says social media works well. A lot of problems I've run into get solved through Twitter. Boy, oh boy, I love that Twitter. You get so much, you attach names of CEOs, you go after their big fat egos. Boy, I mean, I've done tweets where I've called out names and then they have like their attorneys or so call me. And then they try to use this bullying, threatening language because you expose them rightfully in media, on Twitter, and say, really? So now you're going to send your lawyers going to try and bully me because I exposed you? Right? Okay. And then I start attaching the law firms. And I start attaching the names of attorneys. And I go after them. I shame them because they are associated with thugs or idiots, right? And then they're like, oh, well, sue me. Sue me. Sue me for what? It's no defamation, just stated the obvious, just held up the mirror to your client, just held up the mirror to you. Twitter, I tell you, and other social media, as long as you stay within the boundaries of laws, as long as you don't start concocting your own story, as long as you expose what they've done, you're in the right. You cannot go wrong. You can use newspaper articles, but attaching their names is like pricking their ego. Right? And when they have these big, fat, swollen egos and big bank accounts, usually they turn their attorneys on you. That's when you got to start clubbing the attorneys. And then you got to and then the attorneys like back off, oh my God, this guy is actually bringing us in to the battle. So don't be shy, right? Hang their dirty laundry out there on social media. talk about them, let them know. Like if you're in an accident, there was a guy in an accident about a year ago, they wouldn't pay, the company wouldn't pay. Boy, did he turn to social media. And eventually it got so embarrassing from the firm that they actually started paying. So it works. It does work. Dan Ann says, best thing to do is entertain the drunks, play music, let them vent, keep them awake until they get to their destination, avoid any conflicts, topics, or speech. Yeah, that is the formula. That is the formula to deal with those drunkies. That's definitely probably the best formula out there. Loud music, so loud. I played so loud that you can't even hear them. And I was like, yeah, dancing in the back. Get that music going. Hey, you guys want any other music? What other special requests you want? Tell me. So you put boom, boom, boom. Got this Pandora, the Spotify, whatever it is, auxiliary. Keep them happy. Keep them dancing in the back. And if they pass out, boy, when you're at the destination, maybe, I'm sure you've had to do this. You have to shake them. Hey, dude, we're here. There's your house. I'm at your house. Come. Let's go. Let's get out. Got to get the next trip in. They pass out, have a dirty sock waiting. Robert Q. Why in hell does Uber ask drivers for their passport and copy of social security? They did that to 2 drivers here in Ventura. Don't want to be employees. Have a good day. That doesn't sound like that. I mean, if you got that through an official email, that doesn't sound right. Could be someone fishing for information. It doesn't sound right. Where are we right now? We're right up to, might even hit $51. It broke through that barrier, that 50. As soon as it got through that $50 barrier, it's going to start. It'll probably in the next few weeks climb up to about $55, $56. I agree with Forrest MBS Gaming. He says that's not Uber. There's a scam going on where they get into your Uber account, right? Uber doesn't call you. Uber doesn't email you one-on-one. Doesn't happen, dude. Doesn't happen. They don't email you personally and say, hey, we need these details. There's always a scam. Don't walk into that trap, please. Oh, I did that already. All right, let me just give my Cova shout out quickly, my sponsor. Let's get that handled. $7 a month. These are the gig companies they work with. 24/7 health service, pay time off, automatic mileage tracking, legal protection. That's what I like the most. One false report if you get kicked out, right? If you get kicked off the platform, then their legal arm called Legal Rideshare kicks in. They send out the letters. They get you reinstated. So totally worth it for that monthly fee. And you get 1 month free if you use the link. I'll post a link underneath, a Rideshare Professor link, so you get 1 month free. It's a gig protection plan. Who do they work with? They work with the guys in Chicago. These guys have specialized in rideshare, in the gig industry. God forbid, I hope this never happens to you, but if you get into a major injury, right? Let's say you get into a big accident, you've been hurt, your riders have been hurt, your car's been totaled, smashed up, you have hospital fees, you've been out of the game, you're losing money every single week, maybe for a few months. That adds up to a lot of money. So you want to make sure that you reach out to them. They handle the entire legal process. They will handle the entire insurance claim process and get you the money, right? So yeah, those 2 addresses, Cova and Legal Rideshare, are very good to know. Theo, should you do food deliveries while there are no customers to drive with Uber? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: the food delivery side increased by an insane amount. I mean, it's more than doubled since last year, right? Why? Because the people are staying indoors. Right now here in California, Saturday, 10 p.m. curfew. People can't go out. Only essential workers, less people on the road. You get around pretty quickly now. But the the food deliveries are flying, whether it's Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, all of them are posting huge numbers. Busy, 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 busy. Not necessarily great money, but it's going to keep you very busy. So if you feel like, okay, I've tried rideshare, there's not much going on, I would highly suggest you go and try food delivery. Okay, you may be positively surprised. Forrest says, Robert, I went through it with one of my drivers. He followed the scammer and gave app info. Took my driver 3 weeks to figure out how to get back, but it's simple. They just call him and ask for a supervisor. Wicked Hustle Guy would do DoorDash or Postmates compared with Uber Eats. Okay, good. So there's some really good feedback there from Wicked Hustle Guy. Says, I would do DoorDash and Postmates over Uber Eats, right? And if you've worked for all three, you pretty much know where the money is. You know which one of those food delivery companies pays best, right? Dan says, Instacart is great option. I did it. I did great with them, much slower pace, grocery shopping. Yeah, if you want to go into shopping centers and do grocery shopping, run around with your little trolley there and fill it up, cash out, deliver. I mean, that's another great way of making money. Rashim Allen says, my issue with food delivery is that so many restaurants don't have a good system for fulfilling online orders. And that's purely because so many restaurants are new to the game. They're just joining DoorDash or they're just joining Uber Eats and they don't exactly know how it works. The companies that are more well established, the chains, have been working with Uber and DoorDash and Postmates for quite some time. So it's a pretty streamlined setup. I saw people, no issues, like come up to Sharky's, Mexican food, boom, boom. Next driver came in, was ready, boom, boom, out. Next one, boom, out. But of course, those new restaurants that are trying to survive, they need a lifeline. That's like, okay, our restaurant's going down. No, we don't have any in dining anymore. We've got to do takeouts. What do? We sort of, we have to join up with one of these delivery companies. And if they're brand new to the game, yes, for the delivery person, it can get very, very frustrating. They'd be waiting around, sitting around. They don't exactly know what to do. Wicked Hustle Guy says, Rashim Allen, truth. Look at the article about Postmates just onboarding restaurants that didn't even sign up with them. Yeah, I read that too. Dan says, I made more in tips than Instacart paid me. Wow. Well, that's good then, because then at least the people are appreciating the fact that you're bringing them food during the pandemic times. And that goes back to my video that I made yesterday on tipping. I mean, a couple of people reported that they got a $0.01 tip. That's 1 cent tip. Why on earth are you giving your driver or delivery person a 1 cent tip? Seriously? Just want to piss them off? Why do you do that? Right? So there should be, I think, a minimum starting point at 10%. You've got $9. If you've made $9 on the platform, okay, they pay you 90 cents or $1 extra minimum. If you care about your essential driver, 20, 30% or more, right? If you care about them. But slap in the face, why would you do that? Why would a rider or a person delivering some food, right? You're gonna punish the rider with the 1 cent? You're gonna punish that food delivery guy? Maybe the restaurant screwed up, right? Or maybe the platform screwed up. The guy helped you out. He got you where you needed to go. He got you the food. And then you put down a 1 cent tip. I just find that disgusting. I really think that riders or people ordering food really need to look deep into their soul and their hearts before entering $0.01. That's just going to piss the driver off. Time check.
Update on a story that we first brought you last night about a man caught on video shouting a racist rant.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Germany. Hey, I'm in a live stream right now. I'm gonna have to call you back, okay? I'm doing a live stream. Okay, bye. Have a good one. Okay, bye. Get a lot of calls from my buddies overseas.
The man repeatedly shouts racist terms at the driver. At one point, he in his car. We told you last night that Lyft has banned him, and his employer announced on Facebook that he's been fired. Today, that man's.
Let's see, I covered that story, covered that story, covered that story. Woo, $50.87, maybe $50.88. And it's climbing, and it's climbing. Dan says, my restaurant in the Philippines is rocking on home food deliveries. Just added a delivery vehicle. Cool. You got a little restaurant going in there? That's good. I know a lot of guys that they live in the US and they have property or businesses over in the Philippines, in Manila or Bacolod. That's really cool. Carlos Balmas is in the house. Otley says, is anyone doing airport runs with the COVID numbers up? I'm doing private clients. I'm not doing Uber and Lyft. Absolutely not. But because I know my private clients, I know their behavior patterns. I know that they wear their, they wear their masks, etc. I take them to the airports. Wicked Hustle Guy says, yeah, but it's really the gig app or restaurants who should be paying their drivers a livable wage. I find it disgusting that the gig companies depend upon tips to compensate drivers. And the gig companies are just taking too much. I mean, they're taking a ridiculous amount out of those food deliveries. I mean, it hurts the restaurants. And sadly, that money is not really passed on to the driver. I mean, these restaurants are bleeding. I mean, they're giving up like 40%, up to 40%. It's crazy. It's crazy what they have to pay. Alrighty. Carlos, God bless you as well, you and your family. I hope you guys are doing great. Get your bags of your masks. Get them ready. I pack them up. Pack them up. Put them in your car. We added a fee to protect workers' income, yeah. Wicked Hustle Guy says, Dan, any interest in a ghost kitchen on the west side? I have an idea, but I want to get someone with experience in the restaurant space. West side, yeah, it depends where you're on the west side. West side is just the rentals are crazy, especially down on Main Street and anywhere around Santa Monica or Montana. I mean, the rentals don't make sense at all. Got to look at more like Sotel, Olympic, those areas, more around West Los Angeles. Way more realistic rental prices. But boy, forget about Main Street, forget about Abbot Kinney, forget about 3rd Street Promenade, forget about Montana. Not going to make money. You're just going to be making money to the landlord's going to be making money. Very, very few really survive there. All right, folks, I got to get ready. I got to pick up my private clients. Smash that like button. I wish you a happy Monday, everyone. Got to pack up a couple of orders, drop ship orders, get them ready. Got to get down to Long Beach. Got to do LAX runs. Going to be a busy Monday. Make some money. Dan is in San Luis, not San Luis Obispo. And again, Shout out to my sponsor, Cover, Kover. Again, the link is below. Legal rideshare if you get into an accident. And I wish you nothing but a fantastic week. Hope it's off to a great start. Please keep on wearing those masks. Sanitize your vehicles. Oliver, there's Oliver. Good morning, Ollie. Good morning, Germany. We've had two people from Germany in the house today. We've had Lindau, and then we've had Oliver Thieme there. He's in the house. Shout out to Alemania. Viva Alemania, Deutschland. How's COVID over there, Oliver? How's the COVID situation in Germany? Is it getting out of hand? Give us a little update on the... Are you going for a total lockdown in Germany? Damn. Lockdown. Angela Merkel, their premier, their president, orders a lockdown. Johnny B. Good. Lyft is killing out Uber earnings. Nobody is using Uber anymore because I know it's expensive. Oh, you mean Lyft is killing out. Lyft is just a ripoff. Their earnings sucks. This is killing my earning. Yeah, they're just taking too much during the pandemic. They know that the numbers are down, so they're taking away more for the driver, more away from the drivers. And then when the market's back, the way their attitude is, oh, we'll get new drivers in. So if the current drivers are not willing to drive for pennies, we don't care. We're going to get the next one in. And it's just a shitty all-round treatment by these companies towards drivers, especially because they're putting their lives on the line for the companies during these pandemic times, right? I mean, you should be getting danger pay. You should be getting all this extra pay, but no. Instead, what are they doing? They're taking even more away. Oliver Thieme, Germany, says 40% of the restaurants are going out of business. Yeah. A lot of them are going out of business because they just haven't geared up for deliveries or takeouts, you know. I don't know which takeouts are, like delivery services are in Germany, but they should be doing well. Uber in Munich as well. Yeah, good feedback. Good feedback there from Germany. Wicked Hustle Guy says, no one can get a ride from Lyft. They can take a flying leap off a short pier. Dan says, we've paid workers with the food business. Yep, it's true. That is true. That's a true statement. That's where, you know, the money coming from the food business is literally keeping the ship afloat. Burgerman says, good stuff. All right, guys, I got to rock. I got to get ready, get my crutches, and head over to my first client. Oliver, good to see you. Dan, good to see you. Johnny B. Good to see you. Wicked Hustle Guy, good to see you. Burgerman, good to see you. Have a great day, everyone, and everyone else in the room, 22 people. Good, if you can, just smash that like button on the way out. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. Wear your protective gear. There it is, protective gear, guys. And my guess is December, January, people will start getting the vaccines out. They say they'll have about 70% herd immunity in May 2021. So Erwin, you too, sir. Have a good one. I like the band U2. Bono and U2. U2, in the name of love. Tris, have a wonderful day. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm sure I'm going to do a little quick live feed and wish everyone well on Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble. But we're all going to feast on that day. Question is, are you going to be out there driving? Or are you going to be sitting at the table munching away gravy, potatoes, pumpkin, turkey, ham. I usually go way too overboard. Take care, everyone, says Jimmy. Be safe. Be safe out there, guys. Happy Monday to you all. And thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all your input. Appreciate you guys and girls. Bye-bye.